When I talk about this, usually I ask the question, who uses Facebook or Twitter, Instagram? Depends on the nature of the audience, so also depends on their age. So if they're people like me, I quickly change and ask, okay, who uses an ATM? Who plays computer games? Who checks in at an airport at an online kiosk? That kind of stuff. And the reason I ask that is because most of us do, right? But I follow that question with a simple one, and that's how many of you received an email from the CEO of the company who was rolling out that new piece of technology? How many of you attended his town hall to talk about it? How many of you received a memo or instructions or some kind of communication that said that this technology was coming out, that it was something that you should use, and let's all get on board, and by the way, here are the instructions to use it. So when I ask that question, there are not a lot of hands that go up. In fact, normally zero. And the reason it's zero and the reason that we actually use that technology is because we're either interested in it, we understand how, it's something that we can see the benefit of, and so what that then leads me to really start thinking about is the stats on change programs and how come they're not successful. If you talk to a lot of the big consulting firms, they talk about the fact that you have 70% of change programs that fail, and yet in real life, in the real world, we get out there and we use all of this new technology. We get on board and we actually kind of enjoy using it, and we didn't get the memo. So it's something that tells me there are some clues in that that we need to apply at work to be able to get the same kind of results, to use the corporate word, to get user adoption. So how do you know to adopt new technology? Well, normally it's the kids, or the guys down the road, or somebody, a friend, an influencer, starts talking to you and says, oh, this is a great piece of technology that you should use, or boy, it was so much quicker to check in at the airport on a kiosk, or use your app on your phone to pay for your parking. So the key word there is influencers, right? Somebody's influencing you. Again, you didn't get a memo, but somebody's telling you that it's okay to get on board with this technology. The other thing is, and you think about the lady who stands next to the kiosk at the airport and it shows you how to use it, the guy in line, or the guy, if you're me, the guy in the street that you ask, how do I use this app to pay for my parking? But they're the coaches, right? There's somebody who's coaching you to be able to use the technology. And so why do I talk about this stuff and why do I bring it up? Because coaching and influencing are probably two of the clues in the real world that when applied at work and built into a program to get people to change their behaviours. And if you think about it, leaders at every level, what are you in the business of? You're in the business of changing, shaping, implementing behaviours. And so it's that coaching and that influencing role that becomes critical to getting people to adopt and do something new, do something different than what you wanted them to do before.